Hi, welcome to Artistry Collaborative. My name is Joanne and I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're new to my channel, well, welcome. It has been a while. And to my subscribers, well, thank you for hanging in there because I know it's been a bumpy ride. Anyways, I am back. It's January, but I'm going to continue with, I'm going to do Christmas themed and winter themed all throughout January. I'm not a big fan of Valentine's. We may throw one or two in there, but yeah, I'm still in the Christmas mode. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We are settling into our big new home. It's beautiful. We love it. And it's been a great holiday season. And yeah, we're excited. So we've got lots to do. Today we have 3 gingerbread series DIYs using almost all Dollar Tree, and they're very fun and very exciting. The train was a little challenging at times, but we reworked it and we got it to where I really, really like it, and I hope you do too. So please, thumbs up, really important because it makes YouTube know that I'm here, and it's subscribe, share. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful new year filled with love and safety and abundance. So come on, let's get creating together.
This is a brown house shelf that Dollar Tree sold, and I just painted it with a brown acrylic paint and then went over the windows with white puffy paint and then sprinkled glitter, and now we're using the extra large popsicle sticks to create the roof. Here I'm just putting a lot of different colors of these little pieces of plastic you can buy at the Dollar Tree in Crafter's Square, and I'm going to just make sprinkles for the decorations. So I just add blue and green and gold and silver and pink, and that's all this needs. Okay, now I'm taking these extra large popsicle sticks. I painted them with white chalk paint, and now we are going to place them on the top. I did cut them at an angle, and you can play around with how long you want the popsicle stick to hang off your house. But now we are just going to get some hot glue and place that down. Very simple. And then we will do the other side. Now to decorate it a little more, I am using this lace that I picked up somewhere. I was hoping to get like a heart shape. Apparently right now Dollar Tree is selling some in the Valentine section, but I didn't find it. So I'm just using this floral, and again just taking some hot glue, and I'm going to put it along the edge of the roof just to give it a little more decorative look. I love gingerbread houses that have a lot of decoration on them. So that's all there is to this. And again, it's not necessary, but I just like it because it creates a more ornate gingerbread house. Okay, so I found these lights last year at the Dollar Tree. They're like little candies, and they come 10 to a set. So I decided I'm just going to put 2 on the side of the house, 3 up one side of the roof, 3 down the other side of the roof, and then 2 on the opposite side of the house. Now when you're gluing these down, be sure you try to keep your wires towards the back. You're not going to be able to do this completely, but just be aware of it. And they're like about 4 inches apart. I didn't want them that far apart, so I kind of scrunched the wires together so that they're closer. and so that I could get it the way I wanted it, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. So just work with the wires and get it in the places that you want. And again, you just use hot glue. It's very durable. It will take it. Just be careful that you don't get burned. And here I'm just taking the back wire and gluing it to the back of the house. It's much thicker and very sturdy, so I just put some glue back there to hold the wire. And again, please be careful because you can get burned very easily. And then you'll see I kind of tuck the wires all towards the back. I use this tool that I got in the makeup department at the Dollar Tree. It is a silicone spatula type thing. And as I put the wires down, I use the spatula to hold the glue and the wires down until it actually holds. So yeah, you'll see that right now. And if it bothers you to have all those wires in the back, you could certainly take some brown craft paper and just cover up the whole back. But no one sees it. You can either hang it on the wall or put it on a shelf, and no one's going to see it unless they pick it up and look. Okay, now that that's complete, this is a chocolate bar that I got in a package from the toy section at Dollar Tree. It came with the chocolate bar, 2 ice cream cones, and 2 donuts, which I actually ended up decorating, but I lost all the footage. But we're going to use that as the door, so I just hot glued it to the door right now. And now I'm just taking some red and white twine and going to put it around the frame of the windows, just to add a little more decoration. Now again, you could twist a couple of chenille stems, you could use ribbon, there's a variety of things you could use, but that's what I'm doing. I'm just hot gluing this thread that I got, which actually was out of ornament, and I cut it off because I didn't want that as the hanger. So you'd be surprised at the different things that you can use to decorate. Have fun. Definitely have fun with this, because it's just, you know, it's an experiment, as you can tell. But yeah, so that's that. Now I know it's hard to see with this lighting, but what I'm doing here is cutting, it's a little tiny wreath I pulled off of something, and I'm just cutting it to open it up. And so this is going to go above my big window on the bottom, and it's going to look like garland. You can see a better look at that. So I'm just going to hot glue that down like that. And again, look at what you have. You'd be surprised the stupid little things that you pick up. You could put a little bit of greenery up here. You could put whatever you may have in your stash. Now this is where the fun part really begins. Now all of these that you see in front of me I bought at Hobby Lobby at the beginning of the season. I love, it's in their small tree section, and they have all these lovely little candies and decorations, and I just love them. So I end up using those like snowflake cookies on my tree because they were big enough to put on the tree. But here I am taking apart the gumdrops, and I'm going to cut them apart and then we are going to glue them to the top of the roof line. And I glue them on individually, and then later on I will go with white puffy paint and go around it so it looks like it's stuck in the snow. And then after you put the gumdrops on the roof line, once they're all in place, then I also do a line of hot glue behind it. Now I also got this, it's kind of like a clay ornament. It came in, it had a couple of ornaments on the thing, but this one was a little too big, so here I am just taking the ornament hanger off. It screwed in, so I had to unscrew it. But it was a little too long. I wanted it at the very top of the house. So I took that off, and then you'll see I cut about a third of the candy cane off the bottom, and then we placed that at the very top. And I really like this decoration. It came out so cute, and as you can see, very easy to cut. No problem. And then we put some glue and we set that up there. Okay, and now I'm going to begin with the, I put them all in the jar so they don't go flying all over the place. But then you'll see that you need to take them out of the jar because I wanted a certain color coordinated gumdrop, and so you have to end up pouring them out so that you can pick the ones that you want. And here we go, attaching the gumdrops to the roof line. And I did like 2 at a time because the glue does harden very quickly. And I just went all the way along the roof line. So once I was done with the roof line, now I'm going to just make a little walkway with the gumdrops. And I didn't want it straight forward, so I kind of curve it to the left. And I just line up the gumdrops. Like that. And I just go obviously to the end of the little board there. So here I'm continuing with the other side of the walkway. But what you may have noticed, and again, lost footage, I don't know, this has just been crazy. With the chocolate bar door, I put white puffy paint, and then put some of those colored sprinkles, those plastic colored sprinkles on top. And then I went around the door with straws that I got at the Dollar Tree, red and white straws. But again, you could use the chenille stems, you could use ribbon, whatever you like. But as you can see, the walkway went on an angle, and I just glued them in place. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my puffy paint and I'm going to fill in the walkway with white paint. And so taking the puffy paint, I'm just squeezing some in, trying to just get it on there, and then I take a toothpick and I'm going to squish it into all the nooks and crannies so that all the little area is completely covered. Now you could do this with the entire shelf part, but you'll see a little later we're going to put some batting down just to make it a little more fluffier. But again, just move the paint around. You don't need a lot, but you want enough so that the sprinkles will adhere, and then you just throw the sprinkles in there and it's a colorful little walkway. And you can like fill in areas that didn't get as many as the other. Okay, so this is the fun part. Again, I got these pieces in the Hobby Lobby at the miniature, where they kept all the miniature ornaments for small tiny trees. And so these were lollipops, and I initially put them on whole. I cut the tops off because you can actually hang these on a tree, but I just wanted the lollipop, so I put that. But then eventually I ended up cutting the stick part off because I didn't like the sticks, so they just look like candies on the garland. And then just use some hot glue and put them all up there. Alright, so here I'm just cutting a little piece of batting. I'm going to try to fit it in on that part of the shelf under the window, and I just hot glue this in, and then I do the right side of the door on the thing. Now again, you do not have to put batting. You could have just covered the whole thing in the white paint and then just threw white snow on there. I just like the fluffiness. So what I did is I hot glued this down, and then I thought I was going to put Puffy Paint on top, but I guess I used Modge Podge to put glue down so that I could throw the snow on top of the batting. So we've got batting, and then we've got glue, and then we've got snow. I like the puffiness of the batting, so that's why I do that, but you don't have to. You could use the paint very, very easily. So yeah, I'm gluing down the side so it goes complete coverage. Alright, and here I am. I'm putting the Modge Podge. I'm just going to pour it all on there and make sure I have full coverage. As you can see, I glued down the right part of the batting to the right of the door. So we're just going to cover this all with the Modge Podge, and then I have a huge bucket of mixture of snowflakes and glitter, and it's just very iridescent and shiny, and so I will pour some of that on this wet surface and then just let it dry. Make sure you get all the nooks and crannies, just like Thomas's muffins. And then here I just spread all the snow on top, press it down, and that's all there is to that. And now I am just taking the white puffy paint, and I felt like there was too much space at the top, so I am making it a little more decorated. And all I'm doing is creating almost eyebrows, really, for the top up around the windows. Just 2 arches, that's all there is. Very, very simple. And then right now you can't see it because of my hand, but I'm doing like a teardrop. And basically you just do a blob of white, round blob, and just drag the bottom, and then you have a teardrop. So round and then drag. And then I just put dots all across the top. Now for some reason the little emblem at the top, the 3 teardrops, didn't work out, and so I had to take that off, and I ended up putting a candy up there. But again, experiment. You don't have to, follow what I do. This is just to give you ideas. But I really like it. I think it just makes it so much more decorative and gingerbread-like. So I have these 2 little gingerbread cutouts, again, Dollar Tree, and I'm gluing their hands together, like so, and then I am going to glue them to a Jenga block in the back so that they will stand in front of the house. So I just put glue on the side of the Jenga block, put that on the back of the gingerbread. See how cute? I know the lighting is terrible. I'm so sorry. I gotta remember that light. So many things to remember when you're recording. And then they're just gonna go in the front. And then later on, I glue a little Christmas tree. I'm adding some white paint to cover up the Jenga block. And again, I will throw some of that flaky snow on there too, so it looks like they're sitting in the snow. But that's how I decorated the shelf. And as I said before, I messed up the top. So here I am just taking one of those candies and hot gluing that and putting it at the very top. And the gingerbread house is complete. I think it's absolutely adorable. I hope you liked it. You're going to see